Ferrari created their own worst nightmare. They gave the opportunity to innovate to someone else. Hearing what's wrong with us and what's wrong with our business is pure gold if you are looking to innovate. When you insist on owning your industry, when your goal is brand dominance, when your event must be outstanding. I'm Douglas Kruger, international speaker and business author. Don't imitate. Don't ever imitate. They get to market quicker than you. If you imitate, you'll get there a year later and you'll look like a pale comparison of. The problem with excellence is that it becomes invisible. Following the rules and doing things with technical perfection is not always in your best interest. Build your brand, outpace your competitors, innovate, position your organization as an iconic industry leader. So imagine, you've just finished that important meeting and you walk out to your car. But something has changed in your life, and you trace the change back to one decision that you made today. And it's the call to position yourself as a top-name expert in your industry by design. It's a desire to help a country that really has a lot of potential, but somehow doesn't seem to be making it on the wealth stakes. It really is ridiculous in a sense that we have people like Elon Musk from South Africa who are now really exploring space and trying to make us an interstellar species.
Yes.
At the same time as we have people who are struggling to feed their families. There's something tragic and something wrong about that. Safe route in life. You are choosing to earn less than you potentially could. And that's how ideas unfold all through human history. Now it sounds quite simple, but there's something very profound about that. The third guy could not have come along and put the 3 blocks down before the 2 and the 1. Everything depends on what came before it. Now here's your sexy innovation term for the day, and this is one of my favorites. This is called the ever-expanding adjacent possible. How cool is that? The ever-expanding adjacent possible. In other words, with each thing that becomes possible, something else becomes possible next to it. Sometimes when your business is identical to the one next to you, it's you, the human being, that changes things. And sometimes when you are the face and the voice in the public consciousness, they will pay more for an identical service because they trust you.
Where's the starting point? The first idea that we have to really buy into is that it is not just about your qualifications. You stand up in front of a group of people and you say, who's the first chef that springs to mind? And you will always get names like, say, a Nigella Lawson. And the interesting thing there is there are people who are more qualified than Nigella, much more qualified, thousands of them, and yet Nigella is out-earning all of them combined. And what that tells us is that it is not just the qualification that matters. There's more to it than that.
You can see it in everything that she does. It's the tone, the style that comes through. It is difficult to compete with, it is difficult to argue with the person who cares the most about what they do. So, get that number in your mind. Picture it floating out in front of you. What would it do to your life, your business, and your reality if you were able to add an extra 0 to that number? And I don't mean on the right-hand side, I mean on the left. Dean of Gibbs
And that's quite an interesting section just about adding personality as a form of innovation. And Michael Jordan was kind enough to do the foreword.
Awesome. Well, it sounds to me that it's incredibly practical and it's very, very simple to use. So hopefully the guys are going to go out there and innovate. Firstly, read your book and then go and innovate. Thank you so much.
And make a lot of money for themselves.
Absolutely, thanks.
Hey. We'll do it. Now, I'm not picking on schools here. The point is not to say that schools are badly run. The point is just to say we have thinking that is invisible to us.
Joining me now for a conversation about disruptive innovation is Douglas Kruger, a business coach, published author of 5 books, and a multi-award-winning speaker. 50 ways to smash silos, bust bureaucracy, and create a high-performance culture.
The principles are fairly simple, but when you amplify them up and scale them up, you end up with the Elon Musks of the world. So the results can be quite radical. In fact, we can go one step further than that. We can ask ourselves, which rules are our customers trying to break? And that, to my mind, is one of the most valuable things of all. Hi friends, my name is Douglas Kruger. Let's talk about how to overcome poverty and become wealthy in your lifetime.
Tonight we're speaking to the author of Relentlessly Relevant, 50 Ways to Innovate, Douglas Kruger. Kruger is exploring how companies can innovate and become industry leaders, whether they're small or large. He joins us in studio now.
What people tend to struggle with and brands struggle with is the how-to of innovation.
When you need industry-leading ideas, backed by research and packaged with humor and charm, my aim is to bring life to your event and prosperity to your brand.